Evening everyone, it's Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, and it's the weekend debrief. We're back again. Another week has passed us by, which is surprising as ever. Always goes quickly. Middle of the week, looking forwards to the weekend ahead. Got a bit of a packed show this evening. Got lots to talk about. Want to talk about, obviously, the weekend, a bit of a rebranding, the event, and what's coming up in the weeks to come. So let me know where you're watching from. It's always good to let me know where you are watching, and if you've got any questions along the way, feel free to drop them in. So last weekend I was at Slough, racing the 12 scale. Running the buggy, the 10 scale buggy, wheel speed. YZ2 RF2, and it certainly performed pretty well as ever. Couldn't sleep with the excitement on Friday and Saturday night, trying to get myself ready for it, and there was lots of people booked in. It was the first of the regionals, the Brca Regionals. The way it works, if you don't know, they run a regional series because there are obviously so many people that run buggy, and the regions are divided up all over the country. There's a couple of south areas. I think there's a mid-south and a southeast. I think that's how it works. And so I decided to run at the mid-south this time. I did southeast last time. Mid-south is Slough, Hearts, Stotfold, what's the other one? Torch, and there's one more, I think. I can't think what that is, but if you know, drop me a line and I'll give it a shout out. But they're the regions, and so what that gives you the opportunity to do is, if you don't get into the nationals or you don't enter the nationals, it gives you a chance to get an F grading. And the way the F grading works is that I think that because obviously of the volume of the F grading in buggies, there'd be 120 or 130 people at a national event. They run the 2-wheel drive on the Saturday and the 4-wheel drive on the Sunday. They give a certain allotment for F1. I think they get the biggest allotment of drivers, of entries. So let's say out of the 130, they get 70 entries, and then F2 is 30 entries, and then F3 is another amount. And I think the idea behind it is that you get the best drivers racing at the nationals, and of course that works when you've got so many people running buggies. And so the regionals really give you a chance to improve your F grading and give yourself a bit of a leg up into racing at national level. I did the national series in 2019 as my first one, and that was before the times changed and we had a bit of a time off. And I managed to finish 20th in the southeast region, and that region covers. Oh, the other venue is Ada. That's it. Ada is the other venue in the mid-south. Or is it? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, so in the southeast side, it runs at Eden Park and Barham and a few other places as well. Oh, SHRCC. That's it. Surrey and Hants is the other venue in the mid-south. So I did the other region, finished 20th, got an F3 grade. This year I was seeded in the top heat, and the way there was 10 heats, there was 85 drivers, or in 9 heats there was 85 drivers in all, and it was a really hectic day. For those of you that haven't seen the track, we can take a little look at the track here. Let's see this, if I can work this properly. So this is the track. that we were running at Slough. You can see, this is the A final. I think this is the second or third leg. I think this is the third leg actually of the A final. And Lee Martin TQ'd the meeting. I think Yasser was on second, and I think maybe Will Venables qualified third. It was a really competitive meeting. I knew there was going to be a tough ask for myself to get into the A final, but I had some really good qualifying. The car was brilliant. We had 2 rounds of practice, 2 rounds of 3 minutes practice, and we obviously went out, and you go out and sort of set your car up. I've got to a point with the buggies, I sort of just turn up with what I think it should be like and then adjust from there. I went lighter on my oils. The track was really tight and twisty, as you can see, and I'm just letting it play on loop there, just for those of you knowing. The track was tight and twisty. As you can see, as you come down off the straight, you got a switch back, and then you got this double that's coming towards the camera, and then driving away, you've got this really good box section that they built at Slough. You've got a couple of step downs there where the guys are coming across now, and then you've got this sort of kicker and a bit of a chicane. That kicker and the chicane, that was probably my favourite part of the track, to be fair. I could really sort of straight line it through there and almost jump the corner of the chicane. Really sort of gave you a really interesting bit of section. And then you got the slippy section, and then switch back where the gallery is. Then you got the 2 sort of kickers, and then back onto the straight. So it's a really quite a technical track, very different to what you usually see in an event. And I think it really suited me as a 12 scale driver. I think they're quite unusual to get something so tight and twisty as that, and it provided some really good close racing. As you see at the start here, everyone is so respectful for touching each other's cars, because you touch another person's car with your wheels and you are most definitely going to be checking out. Obviously the car open wheel racing is very different to closed wheel racing of the body shells that we run in 12 scale. So it really offers up certainly way more awareness of where your car is in traffic. The changes that I made, as I said, intimated to, I changed my oils in my shocks. I went from 55 front and rear, which I've been running, which has been working really nicely, to running 40. This is I forget the name of the oils that I use now. I can't remember, but it's 40 weight I was running on the front and 35 weight on the rear. So I went from 55 down to 40. So it's quite considerably lighter. Made the car way more agile. That was probably the biggest change that I made. Other than that, I don't think I did too much else. Oh yeah, the other thing I have started running is the hard front bulkhead on the Yokomo, which certainly made a difference. It made it, again, just gave it more steering, more agile. I like to have a sort of a car that's quite on the edge, really, and it's certainly something that I enjoy driving. So that front bulkhead stiffer made it a bit different, and also I put the Cal 3.1 rear arms on compared to the original 3.0 Cal 3.0 arms on. They are slightly wider, gives you a little bit more stability on the rear. The hinge point of the shock is different. It's a little bit wider on the rear of the arm. Again, just makes the car a little bit softer on the rear, gives you a bit more traction, a bit more stability. I qualified 9th overall out of, I think there was 10 four-wheel drive guys. Excuse me, 10 four-wheel drive guys, and there was 75 two-wheel drive drivers. Qualified 9th. And then my first run, there was a bit of an accident, and I fortuitously managed to slip up into I think 4th place in the end. And so I had a really good run in the first one, and then the second two I finished sort of the bottom of the pile really in both, but I finished 7th overall. So 7th in the Mid-South Championship overall. There's a lot of F1 drivers. I think there was F1 drivers all the way down to the middle of the I think the 2 top heats, actually heat 8 and heat 9, all had F1 drivers in. I think I was actually down as an F5 driver, so there was a lot of drivers there, so I was ultra pleased with how I performed. How to go faster? Well, that's kind of where I've had my focus over the last few days since being there. Looking back at the videos as I do to see if I can improve myself, and really just watching Lee Martin drive, following his car around. I must have watched that video playback that I just played you there 100 times, just watching how he applies himself and the lines that he takes, and that's certainly something that I'll be trying to work on moving forwards, because otherwise, you know, I'm not one for just sort of standing still. I want to keep getting faster. So that's my MO going forwards, and with that I'm going to be at Essex Carpet Clash on Sunday, and all being well, we'll be streaming that live on the channel. I think I've got this app that I do all my streaming through with the overlays and all that kind of stuff, and how I've been able to bring you the video clips and stuff. It's figured out now, settings and coders and all that nonsense, but it seems like it's in a good place now, so hopefully won't have any interruptions going forward. So sorry about last couple of weeks with the video. Obviously you'll have also seen the change in a bit of branding. So this is the new name of the page, RC Race Car. There is a reason behind that. Of course, the On-Road podcast is certainly something that I have traded under, shall we say, over the last few 18 months or so. But I just sort of feel it's time that the channel is sort of reflected a bit more in what the channel is all about, and its ability to be searched and found on YouTube, and sort of hopefully people will interact with the channel a little bit more when they sort of put in the search engine RC Race Car. You have to sort of specifically go and search out the On-Road podcast. There's no link there really to RC racing, etc., etc. We've kept the logo at the top, but as I say, RC Race Car is the name going forwards. Those of you that are followers on Facebook, you'll have realised that I left the E off the RC Race Car. I was in a bit of a rush. I was in between meetings and left the E off when I was changing the website or the Facebook page, and they don't allow you to change it again for another 7 days. So I have to now wait until the middle of next week before I can change that, which is a bit of a blow. So hopefully you like the branding. Let me know what you think of it. There's a few of you watching. Let me know where you're watching from. Let's take a sip of water. Obviously we've got Essex Carpet Clash. It's a big event going on this weekend. It's 1 round of practice, 4 rounds of qualifying. I think it's round by round, and 3 finals for all. So there's plenty of racing going on there this weekend. And then moving forwards, we've got the 12 Scale National the following week. I'm going to be personally heading up on the Friday. I've got Midland Raceway booked for myself and a few pals. We're going to be doing some practice at Midland Raceway. Get the cones out, do some practice, see if we can learn some lines and get a little bit better at it. RC77 watching from Bracknell, good to have you along. So we're going to be doing that Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday we're at the world famous Chesterfield, which is really exciting. I've got my 12 scale car here that I'm just fiddling around with. starting to get that ready for the Euros. That's going to be here fairly quickly. What date are we on at the moment? We're on the 10th or something. So we've got just under a month now on the 9th. We've got just under a month now before the Euros. Head out to Slovakia on the 7th of April, all being well. So I'll start to build towards that, which is exciting stuff. And also, of course, the race event that is going on at the end of September, early October. Those of you that commented on the date, well, actually Barry Lynch commented 30th to the 2nd of October. That's how you write it, Barry. That's the date of the RC race car race event. At the moment, I've been in chats with one venue that can comfortably host 100 people. And if there's any more, they're sort of struggling to get across the line, and they've sort of said to me, sort of press on and look for other places. If you're a club out there that could host 100 people and are interested in being a part of or being the venue that hosts this event, drop me a line. It's for me, I just want to, if we can get it to a place, I'm sure MB Models would be very keen to host it. I know Michael is, when I was talking to him about the race series, he was very adamant or very keen for me to look for other venues so that they could take a piece of the pie as well. And I'm sure he would be very comfortable with hosting the event, but sort of, before I approach Michael, I'd like to put it out there to as many people as possible. Chesterfield would be great. There is a slight issue with Chesterfield at the moment. Andy Smith is trying to work his magic, see if he can put across a few people to host the event. There's something else going on in the diary, I think, that slightly earlier that clashes potentially, or would be make it a bit much for them. But anyhow, Chesterfield would be a great venue to host it as well, of course. But anyway, anywhere that would like to get involved with this event, those of you that didn't see the live, because again, the stupid app and the way I recorded it wouldn't upload it, I'm really sort of giving everyone an opportunity to understand what the event's about. It's going to be 100 drivers, and hopefully we're going to be able to sort of have 60 or 70 stock races. It's all 12 scale. It's not going to be GT12. It's not going to be any other class. It's just going to be 12 scale. And it's going to be 60 or 70 stock races. And then there's going to be 30 spots open for mod. With the Worlds, with the Worlds, absolutely, Tony, press the like, everyone, because it certainly helps the algorithm. Top man, Tony, thanks for suggesting that. It really does help. With the Worlds going to be in January, I believe, potentially at a very good race venue in New York. There's going to be a lot of people wanting to run mod. Now in the UK, there isn't going to be that many people or that many places that are going to be able to run mod. So hopefully, if we can put on an event, or be one of the first events in the indoor season that can host, 100 drivers, 30 of them being mod, hopefully we can entice the likes of Hagberg and Reinhard and Ollie Payne and anyone else that would be racing mod to come and take part in an event early in the winter season. So the idea behind it is there's going to be prize money for every final. £50 will be the minimum prize money for anyone winning their final, from the best final to the bottom final. So there is no differential between whether you're winning the A final or winning the D final or the F final. Everyone who wins their final will win £50, and hopefully I'll be paying down to top 3, all being well, but guaranteed will be the winner. So there'll be £500 cash up for grabs, and the format will be hopefully 6 rounds of qualifying and 3 finals, and the middle final will be reverse grid as it was at the race series, just to make it something a little bit different, because I think that'll be quite interesting. Might not be reverse grid for mod. I'll put that out and speak to a few people what they think about that, but certainly will be reverse grid for the second final for the 12 scale. I think that pretty much sums up that. Trevor Colt brought up, is there a dispensation for juniors that will be at school on the Friday? Well, there'll be a junior fee. And on that note, the fee is going to be what the fee is, and I'm not going to engage in any chat about whether it should be less or whether it should be more. The fee is what the fee is. It's not going to be extortionate, but it is going to represent hopefully something a little bit different, and you're going to get a lot more racing than you would do at a national. So that fee will represent that, or reflect that, should I say. So if you fancy dropping me an email, I won't be responding if you're trying to complain or moan about it. So that'll be that, and the rules will be the rules. Again, not open to interpretation. My event, my rules, I'll apply them the way I see fit, and if you don't like it, you can pop off down the road. But that's the last I want to say on that. And I think that pretty much wraps up that race event. The Euros will be we hopefully get a bit of footage for the Euros. Obviously RC Racing TV are going to be out there, so they will be covering the majority of it, but it'd be nice to potentially get a bit of live footage, bit of head cam footage for those of you that might be watching. Be interesting to do that for some real world qualifying and even the final. That would be cool if I get in the God forbid, get in the A final of the Euros and wear a head cam and live stream it. That would be something, wouldn't it? That'd be fun. That's if I can keep the keep the camera still. But I think that'd be a big ask to get in the A final in the Euros. But dream big and all that. I've got a really interesting buggy build coming up. I'm building a Schumacher laydown for someone. He'll remain nameless until I do the video, so that'll be good to get a little review on that. And of course, we'll be getting full coverage of the 12 scale nationals at Chesterfield. I'm pretty sure the internet coverage is good there. I won't be using their internet. I'll be using my phone, all being well. That should be the whole weekend. And I think that pretty much covers it all, really. Has anyone got any questions? Where you're watching from? Been doing any racing, anyone? I'm just getting myself ready. I've stripped myself down the old the speed controller, the Tekin RS, which is quite a good speed controller. That's the one that I use with the car. This is a brand new kit. Saving that for the old the Euros. Make sure it's a freshie. Just got myself some slightly different side springs actually. Not a fan of the plastic side spring retainers on the X-Ray, so I just got myself some metal ones. Speed Merchant. So thanks to Bruce in the US for sending them over. Much appreciated. So without any further ado, I suppose I'll sign off. We've been going, 25 minutes or so. That's pretty much what the weekend debrief is all about. Not too much drag on. Look out for the feed on Sunday. It's going to be at Essex Carpet Clash. No racing on Friday evening. Was at the regional on Sunday, then GT12 Monday. Fantastic. Did you enjoy the track? Actually, I think I saw you. I heard someone say to you, "Good luck with." Did I do your marshalling for you? I don't actually know your name, but I think I volunteer marshal for you, potentially. I might be wrong. I might be imagining that. Anyhow, that'll do me this evening. I'm going to crack on with a bit some car work and watch Seinfeld. Hopefully you enjoyed the weekend debrief. Okay, no, it wasn't you. Someone else. Enjoy the weekend debrief. Click the like button. There's 12 of you watching. There was 15 of you watching. Click the like button. There's only 3 likes at the moment. It costs nothing, and it really, really helps the feed and the channel. Spread the word. RC Race Car is the channel to be catching up with all your live racing up and down the country. Take care of yourselves. Have a great week. See you the weekend, and look forward to seeing you all trackside soon.